Hello everybody, here we are in a new episode of the Lens of the Live Studio. Today the topic is about technology. We are with Francesco, Adrian and Sally. My name is Diego and we will talk about how the technology affects in the society. I think the first question could be, how do you think that societies changed with the use of technologies? Okay, between the past and nowadays, there is a change. So, would you like to talk about this, Adrian?
Sure. I think the society changed a lot from like 17, where the internet came in. I mean, people are still selfish, people are still superficial, so it's just now they don't confront each other in face to face. It's all on the internet. I mean, like the basic characteristic of people didn't change at all. Like, they're still same people. But I think that what technology did to us, like it may turn us into more informative people. We can access more information, and I think that's the way that technology comes with.
Mm-hmm. There is also a danger in this, because the mass media is the media that controls the information in all the world. So they produce the information, so they can manipulate us in somehow. I you agree?
Yeah, I agree. So it's true what you had said before, that now we can get more information quickly, but we have to take care more about the source of our information. And I would like to ask you, how many times did you use internet in general to make a research? Or, for example, are you a traditionalist boy who comes in the library, for example?
So I use technology when I'm like I can get to an information, like I don't know information, I wanna informate as quickly as possible, but mostly I get my information and my knowledge by books. I think it's this traditional way of getting having being more caught. It's really it's much better than these new age ideas, because people, the idea of people that use technology as a means of expressing their ideas are really, how to say, mainstream. I mean, you don't find Nietzsche's ideas in any new writing, you know. So getting your information from the books, I think it helps you more than what you learn from the internet.
Why? Because the internet, in my opinion, the information in internet is so fast. Okay? We are, how do you say this?
But
over-informated. So, for example, in the book, you don't have any chance. You read it and it's there. But in internet, it's so fast. So you read the title and maybe you think you have the idea. You have no information and you skip it. And you read another title and you skip it. But you never focus, or in general, we don't focus in the information. We don't read a lot because we think that the information in internet should be shorter, should be condensed, okay? And in books, I think there is this other way, okay? There is the information is there and you don't have any chance. So I think this changed in the past between nowadays. We would like to ask also Sally if you see something in the society that's changed, how the technology affects, even in a positive way or in a negative way.
I would like to talk about now the child when they born, they are in this society, they are using the technology directly. Because when we born, when we go outside, now the father, mothers, they give the tablets or phone to play game, and they are learning, they are growing with this technology, and they are in this society. And in the future, probably, I think it will be more. They will use a lot this technology because now everything's contact with technology. They are using this, all the things like talking, the phone, not face to face, all the things. Because, for example, if you want to call something, like maybe it's outside, but you can go balcony and you can say. But now, talk like call and talk like this.
So the abuse of the technology.
Yeah, I think so. I think that Sally underlined a bad use of technology, and I would like to ask you, Adrian, if sometimes in your daily life, have you ever felt ignored, even if you were surrounded by people? Maybe because they were just texting on the phone without listening you.
No. I mean, when you make your point and you really start an argument, or a discussion. I mean, by my experience, I mean, when I start a discussion, even if the other person is using the phone, I don't know, my way of saying things just makes you drop your phone and listen to me, you know. But I see a lot of, like, when you go to buy coffee in a place, you see a lot of people standing at a table, and instead of talking to each other, they are using their phones. But I think that's just what I said earlier. Like, it doesn't matter what you use, you're still superficial. People are still superficial. It's just now it has a new way to express that. You know, you express that. Yeah.
Do you think that, but now the people, it's more superficial than 30 years ago? They don't get deep in the emotions as before, or you think that it's equal?
It's the other way around. Now people are more focused on about what they feel and how that affects the world, you know. I mean, you see a lot of most of the youth is expressing their feelings through technology, and we see that with I don't know, social media, you know, Tumblr pages, Facebook pages that just express their ideas, like you know, getting depressed, being in love, you know, they express their ideas. So I think people with this technology, what did to people through their emotions, it amplified them, you know. It made them say it, like, I don't think 40 years now in 1914 express love like now, you know. I mean, my point is that people at the same age, say 20 years old, going back to 17 years ago, just didn't say anything about love. It was a so-called typical man, you know. just typical thoughts.
Agree? Do you think the teenagers nowadays express their feelings in social media, in real, or do you think that it's a shield, that it's a mask to cover a lack of these feelings because they nowadays are not able to share it face to face?
I think that if we look the positive way, we can say like they can express yourself on the for everybody, like not in just this community, for all the world, like more universal. They can express, but at the same time, if you look to negative way, they forget to talk with someone. Like a face-to-face.
Yeah, the human interaction.
Yeah, and now if you see some post on Facebook or somewhere on the internet, you don't trust, like, because sometimes you feel this is the mask, because you know this guy is not like this, but they are talking on the Facebook or whatever, which social media, and they are talking in different way, and this is to express maybe. Take more interest, maybe like they need to like someone from someone, yeah.
It's like a rally. If you want to get more likes, sometimes it could appear like a rally. But I also think that we need to find a balance between the use of technology and human relationship. Because for sure there are bad uses and also good uses. For example, we are just producing videos or contents and we can simply spread them using technology. But sometimes if we are referred to the use of social media, I don't know if Adrian agree or disagree. Are there any people who are sharing too much details about their lives or not?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's alright to share your thoughts and to share like you have a different view of something. It's alright to share, but I don't think anyone cares about how you spend your time in a like let's say a shop. You went shopping and you just post pictures. I don't think anyone cares about that. Maybe. I mean, I think that technology should be focused more on how to help people, not how, let's say, to make yourself look good, like you have money to go to shopping, and I don't know what other things you do, like who cares? I don't see someone caring about what you do, like what you do in a way that is just not helping anyone, you know. I think if people are more focused on helping each other and supporting each other, or even on the internet, I think that would make a world a better place, you know.
I will show you some data, okay? Just to you will express your opinion. In Romania, the 97% of youngsters under 25 years old use internet frequently. 76% of Europe use internet. More than 50% of the world use smartphones. The mobile subscriptions are more than 1 billion in Europe, 131%. Can we call this dictator of technology?
An addiction, maybe. It's an addiction that are no restrictions.
This we have to think that it's in 20 years old, 30.
Very quickly, yeah.
Very quickly.
Increasing, yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, I think that people are addicted to technology, to the internet, to use it. I mean, it comes from the desire to be liked. I mean, you want to be appreciated and liked by, even if they are strangers, you just like to be liked. You know, that's the desire. That's why you use internet, to be liked. I mean,
But is this real life?
no, it's just an illusion. I mean, you never meet with someone to, I don't know, to say why you like it. Yeah, you don't care. You have 1,000 likes. You just don't care if you know those people.
Yeah, some people don't care, but for the others are their lives.
And they have this image of themselves, you know, that they are really something, you know. They are having a look that attracts people, you know. I mean, I think that eventually it will hit them, and they will eventually realize that it was an illusion, and that's gonna be a sad moment for them, you know. I mean, when you're like for your ideas, for your thoughts, for your way to behave, you know, that doesn't change. But when you are like for how you look, you know, that will change. Your look will change. You know. So eventually, you'll just live a miserable life because no one will hate the 14 years old bitch. No one will like that, you know. I mean, people like you for the way you look, for who you are.
Because
So we see that a lot in
the reality.
yeah.
And about this, I wanted to ask you that if you think that not to overcome this addiction, because maybe it's a realistic perspective, but just to take care of the risk, you think that educational system could create some cultural studies?
Or maybe educational system
In general.
make some program that teach you how to use technology.
With a good purpose.
Yeah, because there are a lot of clips on the internet. You say that like the young people, it's years old. Yeah, they just share information without thinking what that might do. There are a lot of weird people that following kids, you know, like let's say that. So yeah, I think that instance in system education could make such programs to help people use in a better way technology. You know, I mean, but not tutorial, like you don't have to do it, you don't.
I'm not talking about to impose, about to propose.
To propose, yes. That would be helpful for us. Yeah. And I think that here in Romania we don't have the we learn the moral ways by talking to people. It's not a how do you say that? Let's say math. It's subject. So we don't have a moral subject in our school. I think that's the most important thing you should learn, how to be moral. Because that will help you realize. That will help you realize what kind of details you maybe put on the internet. That will help you realize that maybe there are some people that are not so interested in that you are 2 meters high.
Do you have this technological education in the sense of making you aware of what's in the social media, in the World Wide Web?
No, we don't have that. No.
Do you think it could be useful?
Yes, it would be very useful.
In which way? Because nowadays there is this abuse of the. If, for example, if you read the top 10 news read in newspapers, they are very, let's say, honestly, stupid. Okay?
Yeah.
Like the dress of Angelina Jolie, which carries the best.
Sylvester Stallone killed himself.
Hmm?
So, or Sylvester Stallone is dead.
Yeah, stuff like
Fake
this.
news.
Fake news, yeah.
So these news are the more reading. So what this means? What for you? What this means? That this superficial, this could be a metaphor of the society, could be a description.
You're asking me why are these newspapers so popular?
This news.
These news, yes.
Yeah.
Why are they? Well, because people are finding their lives not as interesting as Sylvester Stallone lives, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they just like, let's say they think they have a hard life, and they just want to disconnect of what is happening, you know. To, I don't know, it doesn't matter what you know. They are just ships that doesn't want to face the rise, so you know. So I think that's why these news are so popular. I mean, they are not really helping someone. Like how it helps you that, you know, let's say Jim Carrey went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How that helps you? I mean, I don't see a way. I just don't see a way of helping you. So I that's the explanation. Like people don't want to focus on their life. They just want to focus on others' lives.
Mm-hmm.
Because their life sucks, and yeah, you get the idea, right?
Mm. I get. Do you think, Sally, that we are losing time in front of the screens of our time of our lives?
Maybe a lot of time we are spending time in front of the screen, but sometimes it could be useful. Maybe you're doing good things also, but finally, yeah. Now we have a lot. I think a lot of people has smartphones, and we are looking on the Facebook or Instagram our friends' life, what's happening in the world. But I think if we want to use it in the good way, and we can find another ideas. For example, if you already said if we have just a newspaper, we can see just one perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if you want to see this another perspective, you can find. But at the same time, you can see the fake news or fake posts. But in the internet, also some website doing to verify the news, because if something is fake, probably they will share so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the most because people interested about this, and it's sharing a lot, and you can believe because a lot of people, for example, 1 billion or 1 million people share this post, and you think it's true because there is 1 million people.
Okay. Francisco, we were talking about also the control of the technologies.
Yeah.
Okay, so these numbers that are very scary. Okay, do you think there is an interest behind this of the controls of the world to have this amount of technology controlling ourselves, controlling social media, our daily lives, what we eat, what our interests?
Yes. If we look around the news, for example, the last scandal about Cambridge Analytics, that Facebook, yeah, someone can use this information maybe to affect the election, or if I know your test, I can sell products to you. And I think there are no restrictions also because Facebook is a machine that's producing a lot of money. So the business is too big to fail, I think so. We just need to take care about ourselves. So I think that is so important to use the technology with a good purpose. And as Sally suggested before, it's true, there are a lot of fake news in a lot of websites, but now it's also simple to discover. And if I discover that this is a fake news, I can spread the message, please take care of the fake news. So we just need the knowledge, I think so, to manage this situation, because the technology is a very strong weapon, and if we use it with a good purpose, I think that
So
we can change something. Yeah.
there must be an education.
I think so.
But we also, for example, we don't trust people. For example, if you go outside and some people ask you your information, your family, your address, we don't give
Yeah.
because we don't trust. But
Yeah.
for example, if Facebook asks you directly right there, and because you don't know who is this and who is these people and what will happen after this information, but you don't care about this,
Yeah.
and they use. And Cambridge Analytic, one analyst except we manipulate the
Data.
election
Yeah,
with
elections.
this data because they need just 67 like, and they can find what is your idea, what is your interest.
But in the other side, there were some reporters who found out this. So thanks also to the technology. So in this way, it also depends from the
Yeah,
use.
it is the duality.
It's the dualism. So we don't have to lose, I think, the human feelings and the human contacts. I think so.
Alright, so if we are talking like technology in general, we can say it's very destructive to the planet. I mean, it's just human desire. I mean, some people thought like, wow, we could thought about technology. Like, we want to get rich and we they saw the people interested like in making a comfortable life. They making an easy life. So they just invent technology and all that comes with it. It doesn't need the examples. So it's just human desire. And I think this human desire, it's gonna be eventually it's gonna lead to self-destruction, because it just harms the planet. Using your phone, using the planet resource, it's gonna eventually destroy the planet. So even if let's say on a little scale it helps people like connect to themselves, that has the risk of destroying the planet. So I think that your interest in like connecting to your colleague is not that is important as protecting the planet. So people are just don't want to realize what they are doing. People just don't want to face that they are destroying the planet.
In which way?
With technology. Like
When
you using the phone comes from electricity, that comes from burning something, or using the water, or that still affects the planet.
And also the coltan. Okay, in all our phones there is a material,
Yeah, I know
the
that.
coltan,
Yes,
that
and
is
that
produced in Africa.
in Africa, and for this, people are fighting in that country. There are two sides, they are fighting for this, and it's just another way that shows that it really is not helping people.
Mhm.
makes them want to battle for this resource.
Do you have a solution to avoid
Yeah, just
destruction of the planet?
distraction of the planet. Just don't stop being selfish and start caring. Because your children are not gonna have this opportunities. Your children maybe like in 25 years old will breathe carbon dioxide, not oxygen.
Okay. To resume this live studio, I would like to ask one question. How do you think the world will be in 20 years if the technology disappears?
I think it will be
Which will be the most significant difference?
I mean,
between nowadays?
human interactions will be more
Deep?
yes, deeper, more often, you know, because I think that even with technology you can have human interaction, but it's not the same as talking to a person face to face, see how they are reacting, like their way of talking, their tone of voice, their facial moves. It's really complex, you know, human interaction in a physical way.
Mhm.
So I think without technology, let's say in 20 years, the world would be more better, because you still have like books to share your thoughts. I mean, we have recycling paper. You can just share information with that, and it's just gonna recycle, and
Okay.
I think that would be a good, a much better way to spread the information.
Do you think
Like, or if we are going to fully use the solar energy, like if we are going to do that, I mean that doesn't harm the planet.
Okay, so you are agree in the when if
I'm
we
agree.
stop the technology in human relations, it will be an improvement, but they also can be used good as solar energy.
Yes, I mean it's fine as long as it doesn't harm the planet.
Mhm.
You know, if it doesn't harm the planet, it's a good way. If it still has this risk of using the resource that are eventually are gonna be dried out. So the idea of technology and everything that comes with it, it's good, but it doesn't have, as long as it harms the planet, it's destructive.
What do you think, Sami? How if the world will be changed if in 20 years there is no more technology?
I cannot imagine actually, but because we are in this way now, and if it's no more technology, but you mean like now or less technology?
No more technology.
No more technology. Okay. So,
Technology, okay, yeah, understanding all the ways, like Arjun says about solar systems or to obtain energy or human relations.
human relations. I think now it's maybe we are so close to do something because I don't know what kind. We are so close to the border because now if we continue, probably the governments, all the world will be changed. I think.
Which border you mean?
I mean, now robotics and the artificial intelligence is improving so fast. And if they improve, like you cannot work, probably they will learn everything. And it's, I don't know if you follow the Elon Musk, this man has an idea about the artificial intelligence, it will be so dangerous for us because they are learning like normal people. They will do something, and if they earn all things like a worker, the jobs, and the government need to change
And
the system.
I assure you that, I mean, the human can create something as great as he is. You can create something like him. So
Yeah, you can create.
you might create something close to you.
You mean with the artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence.
We are
But,
so close to this border. I
Some
think.
you're it's just limited, like maybe in 1 billion years.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I think that this is so dangerous. I'm so scared. It really scared me. Really. Artificial intelligence.
It doesn't. From my side, it's not. It doesn't. How to say it?
Not realistic.
No. It's not threatening to me, to my intelligence. You know. I mean, the best computer right now can process the data that we are receiving in 1 second in 48 minutes. In 1 second, in 48 minutes. So I think your robots in 1 billion years maybe will be as intelligent as yours.
I don't know if you're following or not, but now one robot, 3 years old, he can do like a kid, normal things, and they are learning. And for example, you are using Siri or the others application, and you give this information for them. I don't know, you watch the Boston Dynamics videos, because they have robots and they do some fight, and like they fight the robots, and the robots stand up again, and they are learning so quickly, and they learn to go out and open the door and go out. If they hold it, and they are doing again, because they are learning this in this way. Like because you give all the information for them, and they are.
But what if you ask them about love? What will they say to you? What is love? The chemical reaction, right?
I think they will learn this because
They will run to love you.
They will learn, really.
Yeah. If you program them, they will love you for sure.
no, it's not about the program. It's like a normal human. They are learning in normal human, like really normal.
But you know that in this process there is something that it's not human in the real meaning of.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
you are trying to
still-
impose them, that you are trying to build machines. That sometimes the emotional core is something that you cannot predict. You can just plan how the artificial intelligence can work, but there will be, I think, forever this lack of feelings.
Feelings? I don't think so.
I think, okay.
So yeah, feelings, scientifically speaking,
I
it's
think,
just
yeah.
a chemical reaction. It's dopamine and other hormones that are dropping. I know that. I mean, but it's much complex than that. You know?
Maybe. I mean, before than maybe 10 years, you cannot imagine this time.
Yeah.
Maybe you cannot imagine 10 years, like after 10 years. But I mean, like, it's changing a lot. And for example, Facebook tried to some robots and artificial intelligence way, and they stopped because it's so dangerous. For example, Microsoft tried to on Twitter in this way, and it's learned maybe in 1 week how to be racist, how to be bad man, like bad person, and they stopped also because
But you know that they are just They are just how to say repeating what others said.
Yeah.
Like it's not their idea. They are not creative.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
it's true.
you can't make a creative robot to say something that he is not programmed to. Like he is programmed to learn from I don't know Facebook pages, but he will not say anything that didn't saw on that page or didn't get programmed to say. Like
But-
even if he learns something, he will not say anything that is. He will not create ideas
Okay.
that he is not programmed to.
But there is this thing that this data that this robot can learn, it's massive.
Yes, massive.
And it works as an algorithm.
Yeah.
Okay? So this information could be massive, could be like really used to create this artificial intelligence. But in my opinion, there is one thing that could never be created, is the conscience.
Consciousness, yeah.
This, I
I
think...
mean, it's a controversial. I mean, if you are talking about consciousness, I mean, I love to talk about consciousness, but it's very controversial because you can explain it scientifically. You can explain it. You
Yeah.
can. I mean, scientifically you can disprove it. Like say it doesn't exist, but you can say it exists. It's still a debate, you know.
It can take too long.
Yeah.
But I think
Yes.
he
We
don't want
should-
to share.
We should need more episodes about this topic.
Yeah, sure.
So until here, this episode of the Life Studio about technology. We hope you enjoy it. We have different point of view here, and you can follow us and check it in our Facebook page and YouTube channel. So it was a pleasure. Thanks. Thanks. See you.
See you.